Okay, here's a short online lecture to recap what we talked about in class a couple weeks ago about committees and then also the leadership in the House and the Senate. So first, if you would, I would say pause this and see if you can answer the following question where you look at and discuss the role that each of these four committees plays in how a bill becomes a law. So take a second, pause this, and see if you can answer that question. Okay, so now that you're back, here we see the answers for these different questions. A standing committee, you should understand that's a permanent committee, and they specialize in certain topics like education, transportation, foreign affairs, the military. And their job in the legislative process is they receive all the bills that fit within their expertise, and they read and revise, and then they vote on those bills. Oftentimes, though, they have too many bills to manage, so they will pass these on to a subcommittee, which has the job of specifically reading that bill and then researching it and writing a report that they give back to the standing committee on whether or not they believe the bill is a good or bad idea. So subcommittees are kind of a part of standing committees. The Rules Committee only exists in the House, and their job is to decide how long a bill should be talked about and when it should be talked about on the House floor with all 435 members looking at it. They have significant power because they can decide to delay a bill, they can decide not to talk about a bill, or they can give a bill a very short or long time limit depending on what they want. Then lastly, when a bill comes out of the House and the Senate, but in different versions, a conference committee makes those versions look the same, and then it is sent to the president to be either signed or vetoed. So understanding these four committees is really important for the test that's coming up. If you have any questions, let me know. So in terms of leadership in Congress, we don't need this slide right now. In terms of leadership in Congress, the House and Senate both have a similar leadership structure, but in the House, leadership is way more important because there are more people and therefore a higher need for rules and for accountability. The most important or powerful person in the House is the Speaker of the House. Right? And below the Speaker of the House, which is a Republican named John Boehner, because Republicans have control of the House right now, is a majority leader, right, who helps John Boehner's name's Eric Cantor. And then below the leader is a majority whip, whose job it is to find out how other Republicans are voting and make sure they're voting the way that the House leadership wants them to. The minority leader is the top Democrat in Congress, who is Nancy Pelosi. She used to be the Speaker of the House until Democrats lost control of the House in 2008, I believe. Right? And below the minority leader is another Democrat who is the minority whip. Okay? So that's this leadership structure in the House. Again, the Speaker has significant power. He gets to decide what committees, standing committees, bills are sent to. He gets to decide what standing committees different House members are going to serve on. And he also gets to decide who and how they're going to talk during debate. He can assign people time to talk when the whole House is looking at bills. In the Senate, there's a similar leadership structure, but at the top, it's slightly different. At the top, the Vice President, who is Joe Biden, is considered the President of the Senate. And the Constitution says that if there is a tie, a 50-50 tie, he can break that tie with a vote. But other than that, he doesn't really have any power. And when he's not there, the President pro tempore, the oldest Democrat in the Senate, because Democrats have control of the Senate, takes over his place. His name is Patrick Leahy. I'm not sure how old he is, but I would imagine he's in his 70s or early 80s. But neither of these guys have much power. The majority leader is the top Democrat in Congress. His name is Harry Reid, and he gets to decide which committee bills go to. He gets to decide what committees people are going to serve on. He has a whip who helps him, and then Republicans have a minority leader whose name is Mitch McConnell, and a minority whip. Okay? But at the end of the day, just keep in mind that these two guys at the top don't really have much power. These are the two people with the most power in Congress, the Speaker of the House and the majority leader of the Senate. If you understand that, then you have a really good understanding of leadership in the House of Representatives and the Senate, as well as the committees that we just discussed. Let me know if you have any questions.